All right, hello engineering students and welcome to this tutorial for the automobile box assembly. As I said in class yesterday, we are going to be creating sub-assemblies first prior to putting this all together. Okay, so for example, we're going to do let's say we take the passenger section. We're going to attach the one block socket, the two block socket, and then the passenger base, and that's going to be a sub-assembly of this whole entire assembly. Okay, so we're going to go to Inventor and we are going to start a new assembly file. So we might as well start with the passenger section, which should be here somewhere. Okay, so we'll place that in. Now let's see if we can make sure which side is which here. I believe this is our front. Okay, so now we're going to place in our one block socket. Well, let's start out with the two block socket, I guess. Two block socket and our one block socket. There we go. Okay, and I believe, yep, one block socket goes in front. Okay, so back to Inventor. And we're going to use a combination of joint and constraint, a joint and constraint while we do this assembly. But to start out, let's go to joint, select the center point on the back face, and then select that point. Now, notice here that this one block socket is kind of offset from the front here. Well, we want that to be flush. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up here to this dialog box, and we're just going to type in 0.1. And you can see that that's going to shift that up and out there. Okay, so we're good there. And now in the back, we're going to go to there to there, and I flip-flop those. So we're just going to delete that, and we're going to start over because it's kind of hard to tell which side is which. Okay, so we're going to go there to there. All right, and sometimes it might go in crooked like that, or it might go in not the right direction. So what we're going to do is we're just going to align these faces together here, like so. So we're good there. Now let's go back in and put our one block socket in. Okay, that's a pretty easy fix if that does happen. It's kind of hard to tell which side is the front in this. Okay, so put that in there. And again, we need to offset that a little bit. So we're going to go 0.1, shifts it up nice for us. So there we go. Okay, and we're going to save this. We're going to save this as, let's do passenger assembly. And I already have one made, but we'll do passenger assembly. Yes, we want to replace it. Oh, nope, I guess not. Passenger assembly. And there we go. Okay. So there's that. Now, let's go to a new assembly file. And let's place our, let's do the bed. So we'll do the bed portion. All right. And I believe that this is going to be a one block socket. So we'll go there, place, go to our one block socket. All right, go to joint, there to there. And now we have to align that. So you just go here, and then we're going to select this face, and we're going to align that to that face. Nope, and I should have, shoot. So we're going to go joint again, go there, and we need to offset this again to 0.1 just to make sure that that's nice and flush there. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we'll just actually put the connector on this assembly. Okay, so we'll have our connector there. We'll go to joint, select that back face there, go to joint there. All right, and now we're going to have to align that. So we'll go to there to, let's see here. there, and bada bing, bada boom, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to save this in my documents, and I'm going to call this bed. Wow, I'm really struggling today. Save as in my documents. I'll save it as bed assembly 1. Okay, and now let's go to a new assembly file again. We're going to place our front in now, like so. Okay. And I believe we have to put in a 2-block socket here. Okay, so we're going to find our 2-block socket down here. There we go. And let's do joint here. So there we go. Everything's perfect there, which is great. Okay, and now we're going to place our connector in this one as well. So we'll get our connector out here. All right, so now for our connector, what we're going to do is we're going to go to joint. We're going to select that there. Select the point back there. Okay, and now we just have to align this guy like so. Okay, so there we go. Looking pretty good there. And now we'll save this as our front assembly 1. Okay, now the last real big assembly we're going to do is we're going to do the wheel assembly. So start a new assembly file, and we're going to place in all of our wheel components. So we'll put the axle in there. Let's see, I got a different axle, the one that's green. Okay, and then we're going to place our wheel. I have a nice fancy wheel that I made, not to make you all jealous or anything. Look at that. Doesn't she look nice? Yeah. All right, and then finally we're going to place in our tire. I've got a nice fancy tire there too. I have no life apparently. Look at that fancy design I put in there. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go joint. And the first thing that I want to join together here is going to be this inner edge of the axle to this edge right there. Okay. And it's kind of nice. Inventor's smart enough. It knows automatically to make that a rotational constraint. Okay. And then the last thing we're going to do here is we're going to go joint, select the front face of your tire, and then select this edge of your wheel, and then everything is good to go there. Okay. So we're going to save that as our wheel assembly. Okay. Wheel assembly 1, because I already have a wheel assembly made. Okay. So there we go. And now we can actually start creating kind of the bigger picture, our full-on assembly. So we're going to start a new assembly file. And we're just going to start piece by piece here. So I'm going to put in, let's see here. We'll put in the bed assembly. And then we'll also put in our passenger assembly. Let's see here, passenger assembly. So there we go. All right, now we've kind of used the joint command to its fullest extent. What we're going to do now for these two pieces is we're going to go back to our old trusty constraint tool. Okay, so I'm going to mate this face and this face. All right, so now that we have that face mated, we're just going to do some flushes here. So we're going to flush our top face to this top face. All right, apply that, and then we're going to flush our side faces together. So there to there. Okay, so we're good to go with that. Now, next thing we're going to do, we're going to place our front Sub-Assemblies. We're going to go to libraries. Let's see here. And you won't have to go through all these steps. I just have so many files everywhere. Front assembly, there we go. Okay, and now we're going to mate that face to that face. Okay, and now we're going to just do some flushes. So boom, boom. And then let's do bottom to bottom. All right, so now we start, we got a car shape going on here. So now let's place our wheel assembly. So let's find our wheel assembly here. And you can just go boom, 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 boom. Just put 4 in right away. Okay, and now the first thing we're going to do, we're actually going to use a joint constraint here. So we're going to select this, this outside edge here. All right, and then we're going to go on the inside of these holes. And we're going to select that back edge there. Okay, so look at that. We got our first wheel in. We're good to go. Let's see here. Now let's go to one of our other wheels. And we'll go to joint. Boom. And then we're just going to do the same thing all the way for all of these wheels. Okay, so make sure we get that back edge. There it is. Good to go. Now with these next two, we got to do a little bit of a rotation kind of thing here, or we're going to have to rotate the wheel, otherwise Inventor gets confused, because while it is a very smart tool, it's not that smart. Okay, so we're going to rotate that, and then let's rotate this one as well right away. Okay, so there we go. Now we're just going to do the same thing. Let's do joint, outside edge, and then let's get in here and put that there. Okay, and then do the same thing for this one. There it is. And then back edge. Let's see if there it is. All right. Now that looks more like a car. So really the last thing we need to do is we need to put our windshield in. So let's place our windshield in here. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to rotate our windshield a little bit because it needs to be oriented like that. Okay. So now I'm going to use constraint, and I'm going to select one of those thin, skinny faces there, and I'm going to mate that to there, apply it. Okay, and now I'm going to select one of those skinny back faces. Let's see if I can get it. That's not cool. There it is. Okay, we'll mate that to there. All right, and now it looks like we're done, but we're not quite because we still have some vertical movement there. So we're going to constrain one more time. I'm going to select the bottom face there, and then I'm going to mate it. Okay, so there is our Automoblocks car. Now I did forget to put one thing in here. I forgot to put the passenger base, but you can put that in the passenger assembly. And then you can also, in your part file, you can create these, or you can edit these and put different colors. You can change the material. So if you go in your part file and do that and save it, it'll automatically change your assembly file. Okay? So if you have any questions along the way, please let me know, and take care.